WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.
All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the College Struggle with Dev. And of course, my guest is Nikolai, as always.
It's a real pleasure to be here, Deven.
As always, my guest is gonna be Nikolai. I mean,
seems like I'm a recurring character.
You are a recurring character. It's like the show really. It's just Deven and Nikolai at this point. So.
Well, I'm glad I moved up from side character status.
Of course, now you're main character status. People ask me questions all about you. So, all right. Today's topic is gonna be about stress. Particularly about basically the whole weekend, not even like school related, just like everything out, just like LSU. That was tough, a little rough.
Yeah.
So were you at the game or
no?
Okay.
So I had taken this weekend actually kind of stress related. So I was like, school's kind of been school,
right?
And I decided, hey, I've got a weekend. It's an away game. Why don't I get some friends together and we'll go? My parents have a place in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to spend the weekend. We drove up to Memphis. It's about 4 hours. And just spend the weekend there, see the sights, go to the zoo. It was really fun. But we were taking the weekend off to de-stress.
Right.
And so I watched the game on a TV at a sports bar. So we went downtown. It's like a Memphis restaurant called Huey's. And we were there for 4.5 hours watching that game. Man,
no, it was rough.
Yeah, it was a tough scene.
Not a fun thing.
But
that was bad. I remember like watching it, and I was in the beginning. I was like, I don't think we can come back. It was like 6. It was just all we did. We played at Auburn. It was just field goals.
Yeah.
It was just 6 to 9, I think, 6 to 7 or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't think we can come back from this. And it got so close. And of course, with like a minute or a minute and a half or something in the game, LSU scores, and I'm like,
yeah,
we're out. I'm like, it's over. So, and then I remember my girlfriend was crying. She was like, no more SEC championship, no more SEC. I'm like, I already knew that because I already knew it because of Tennessee and Georgia. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah,
we were coming back from this anyway. So
no,
and then that was basically the whole gist of the game. But this morning on the way to Sailing Club, I just told Nikolai, but I got a speeding ticket, very first one.
Ooh.
And of course I didn't have my license because I forgot it. Simply me. I am so upset. I'm just beyond mad at myself because it's just like it's so much money, and it's just like for something so stupid. I went 70 in a 55. So
come on.
I mean, it could be worse. AG's was worse. She went like 25 over. So
yeah,
it's nuts, but it's whatever. I'll be fine. It's just. I can pray and get that driving school and get that off my record because I hate that so much. It's my first ticket ever. I'm 19, been driving for a few years. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Of course, the one time, but it's whatever.
Yeah, same situation happened to me almost a month ago now.
Right.
I ran a red light coming down University because it was like 1:30 in the morning. There was nobody there.
Yeah.
And I was going fast, and it was yellow, and I was like, I can make this. And then just as I'm running it, the cop comes out and he pulls me over. He's like, come on, man. He checks if I was drinking. I wasn't drinking. So he's like, all right, well, I got to get you for that red light. But I just went down to the court and I got it cleared up.
That's good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard cops here are really brutal. So
it depends. Yeah, it depends on the situation.
Right.
But a lot of the time they're really only here to deal with really bad things because there's a lot going on campus.
Right, of course.
And so if you're not doing anything that's like super out there. 2 of my friends that I went to Memphis with this weekend were RAs, and they were showing us the RA group chats. Some people deal with stress in different ways. Did you see on Instagram the damage that was done to Prez 1?
I don't think so. What was it?
So somebody just tore up the entire Prez 1 lobby.
Like what do you mean? Like what they did?
Like tore out the ceiling panels and yeah, it looks like it was destroyed. It's on Barstool. You should look it up after.
That's insane. I gotta look it up after. Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's funny. They always post recaps of the different way that people react to the games.
No, it's crazy. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I just remember I only know people were at the end of the year people would take their couches and stuff and steal it and sell it, but. I know that go to the dumpsters and find brand new TVs or something. So
that's true. So my friends that are RAs, last year in Prez, they went after people started moving out. They went dumpster diving, and they would find brand new working mini fridges. They found a $70 spike ball net that was in perfect condition. They found TVs, dozens of TVs. golf, a whole golf club set.
That's crazy.
Like they found so much valuable stuff.
How was our golf club set?
Because here's the situation: is these people come down from New Jersey or wherever,
Yeah.
and they buy all these things that they use for a year, but they're not going to take it with them on the plane.
Right.
And instead of dealing with, the hassle of getting a storage locker or trying to find somebody to leave it with over the summer, they just decide that, $70 for a TV was worth it for 1 year.
Right.
And so they'll just buy a new one next year.
That's fair.
Which, I mean, if you got the money for that,
Of course.
do you.
But for me, I feel like I would just sell it and
Yeah.
try to make a profit if I could.
Well, it's great. It's great for whoever finds it.
Right,
because,
of course.
Yeah.
Because I want to be that guy who's like, whoa, a brand new TV or whatever.
I've got, do you know Ben Martin?
I do know him, yes.
Okay. Ben, he actually should be at dinner tomorrow, but Ben and his friends are reselling furniture.
Okay.
That's a really big thing here in Tuscaloosa because, we've got people moving in and out all the time.
Of course.
And so, yeah, if you have any furniture that you are looking to offload, he'll buy it from you.
I don't think, at the moment, I don't think I have any, but...
Well, if you're in the market as well, it's sort of both
Of course,
ends.
yeah. Well, I mean, my place always comes fully furnished. It's great. Sure, the couch is a little questionable, but
Are you gonna live at the same place?
oh
next
yeah,
year?
yeah. It's a cheap rent. I mean, like I have no issues.
Nice location.
But yeah, I mean, it's not far at all. Like yeah, it's like out of the I guess past the train tracks compared to campus, but it's 10-minute drive and
Yeah.
like a 20-minute walk to the stadium, so it's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And for like $5.50 a month, it's great. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's a good deal. I have some other friends that live there, and they say it's pretty good as
yeah,
well.
I love it there. Okay. We're gonna live at the same place. Oh, I guess you're leaving, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll probably be if I stay in Alabama for law school, I will probably live at East Edge,
Right.
just because it's right next to law school.
Right.
Very convenient. But yeah,
That's wild. It's crazy to think you've been here for 2 years and you're gone.
yeah. Well, yeah, and people like I was my Vanderbilt interview was the other
Right.
week, and the Vanderbilt admissions officer at the end realized that I was graduating in 2 years. I was like, wow, that's such an achievement. Congratulations. And I guess that's true, but I really don't feel that way. If I could stay here longer money-wise, if it made sense for me to do that, I would love to. Like, I'm not trying to do this to be the fastest or the,
Yeah, of
you
course.
know.
Yeah.
It's like, it's something I kind of have to do
Let's make the
to be
most like.
affordable.
Of course. Yeah.
But I love it here,
No, of course. Who doesn't love it here? It's
Yeah,
amazing. It's so
so
fun.
true.
Yeah.
So true.
Man, we're gonna miss you, Nikolai.
Well, I'll come visit. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I mean, if you're
our
not
football
far,
team's
then
back.
of course, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So where have you applied? I forgot. Like NYU.
So yeah, I've applied to I think 11 schools. Harvard, Columbia, NYU, Cornell, Vanderbilt, Alabama, Georgetown, Michigan, Virginia, and
pretty
I've
good.
been accepted to Arizona State, and that's the list. I'm pretty sure.
They give you like scholarships or anything, or
Arizona State gave me $75,000, which is enough for basically to cover 1 year of tuition there,
right?
out of 3. But the thing about scholarships is in law school a lot more than for undergrad, and I think this is true of a lot of
Schools,
like graduate programs.
right?
Is they kind of know that you're an adult and that you're going to negotiate your scholarship.
That's fair.
So I think ASU gave me that as sort of like a starting line because they're not like they can look at my scores and be like, okay, he's probably not going to go here.
Yeah.
So they don't want to offer me too much because they only have so much they can offer, just in case everyone accepts and then they're bankrupt.
Of course.
But if I started showing like serious interest in ASU and was like, listen, I'd love to go here, but the money's not enough, then they'd come to the table and we would negotiate.
And be
something.
like 100 or something. Yeah.
Probably. Is at least the way I understand it from talking to like admissions counselors and stuff.
Right. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting. Applying to undergrad, my younger brother is a senior in high school.
Right.
And he's applying to undergrad right now while I'm applying to grad school. And applying to undergrad is the admissions counselors there have so much more power. They're basically, like you're basically coming to schools and asking them, hey, will you please let me in? Will you please give me scholarship?
Right.
and they can basically choose like to do whatever they want. Whereas for graduate programs, I know this is definitely true for law school, but it's my impression it's true generally for graduate programs, is that there's a lot more parity in terms of like you can assess your value to them pretty accurately, and then you can leverage that to your advantage. So, you know, if you were to come to undergrad and be like, you guys need to give me more scholarship, like you could ask for more scholarship and be like, please give me more scholarship.
Right.
But like you wouldn't be counting on anything other than like them being nice to you.
That's fair.
Whereas for law school, you can negotiate sort of tougher.
Right. I think any grad school really, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Although I don't know, so I talked to Anna Grace a lot about being pre-PT, and the medical field is
Competitive.
just leaps and bounds more stress, more competitive. Everyone I know that's in medicine is just working their butt off all the time.
I don't think I thought about like when I first came here. I guess it wasn't technically like my major wasn't pre-med, but my idea was to be pre-med. But like after like just like learning what I had to go through and like how much debt I would be in, I was like, in the long run, is it even worth it? Like, would I could I really survive it? Like, would I be happier like if I even did like a little less? Like, would it be better for me? Like, not even financially, but just like like emotionally, and like is it like worth it? Like, it's the same outcome either way.
Yeah, and the other here's one thing. So I went on this trip this weekend, and everyone I took with me were junior engineers. So I talked about their professional sort of futures a little bit with them. And engineering, like they do a lot of work in engineering.
Right, of course.
But pre-med people do a lot of work as well. And engineers are, like they start out of college at some pretty serious salaries.
Right, yeah.
And like their summer work is, they're getting paid pretty serious salaries to do serious work, of course. But like I know pre-med people that are volunteering and doing all this, like just so many clinical hours, and they're getting no pay for any of it.
It's crazy.
And it's like, you know, please med school, look at this and think I'm smart. Whereas my engineering friends are making, you know, $30 an hour, $50 an hour overtime, working summers in college.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's fun. You know, I don't do all the math I do in my classes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting, like the way that different like fields are.
I mean, it's like the same. Even though like I don't know, I'm just business, so it's like I won't make as much, but I'd definitely be like happier. I feel I don't know.
The thing about business is, I feel like business has such a huge spread.
For real, yeah.
I feel like you could be a business major and make more than anyone else that goes here, or you could be a business major and just make the average salary of an American.
Yeah.
And it depends basically on your ability to provide value for the business.
I feel like also like just market yourself, like wherever you're applying or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like sure you have the classes, you have the grades, but like on your resume, like what else have you done? Yeah. And also like I think the interview process is so important. I think because like that's your first impression of like whoever you're trying to like hire, and like that could like influence everything from that point on. But
very true.
Yeah, but especially if it's a business, like if it's like, you know, pre-med or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, like you're a doctor, you're qualified, are you normal, you know? But like for me, it's like, or usually I feel it's you or you're normal, but also can you do like more than I expect you to do, or is that even possible, or like could you like help in the workplace, like is it gonna be like a healthy environment? Because I feel like working in like a hospital or like versus like an office is so different. Like it's just like also the overall vibe. Like it can be so quiet in the office, and you can have like a nice little like laugh, you know, like and like kind of laid back. Yes, it's serious work, but like I think hospitals are so like, now here, do this now, and like you have to know what this means, do what that does, and all that. Yeah. But I mean, it's very crazy.
I feel like vibe is sort of underappreciated, because sometimes I will like when I visit some of my friends or like my parents' coworkers or whatever,
right?
Like, and I get a taste of like what their day-to-day life is. It's so wildly different in terms of like the things that they do and the sort of the general experience of their day from what I'm used to. And then I have to imagine, like, this is what they live every single day.
No, I know.
This is their average, you know, life. and the vibes are just totally. And this is something actually I experienced when I visited some of my other friends' colleges. Like I've got a friend at UT Knoxville, and like I was just on Knoxville's campus for a day, and it was very different from going to Alabama. And I imagine like if I had applied to Knoxville and gone there instead, like I imagine how my life would be different, how I would feel differently. Yeah, I'd be a different person for sure.
No, I agree, because I almost went to like Penn State. Okay, that's so different than here.
Yeah.
Like in every aspect, I feel, despite the fact that it's college, as a kid. But
yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy to think like how like one decision can like influence the rest of your life, and then like I never met you, I'd never met my girlfriend. Just nuts to think about, and then I never had the show. It's just everything. It's who knows where my life would take me now, but.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be fine. Wouldn't have got that speeding ticket, but
oh, who knows?
Who knows?
Well, that's my friend is from New York,
right?
And I'm from Texas. So he was telling me that in New York, the fastest speed limit is 55 miles an hour. Where I'm from, the highway to get to the school is 75 miles an hour. And so, like, I come here and I drive like a Texan.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you guys are crazy around here. I was like, what are you talking about?
I've been in the car with you. It is pretty terrifying.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Everyone around here drives slow.
Yeah. But I feel like it's just like 'cause it's a big city and like a big area, but cost of living is crazy. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm looking at New York for some schools, and a lot of the sort of big law jobs are all concentrated in New York or DC or some of these big cities. And living there is very different from living
in Alabama.
In Alabama for sure, but even from like a mid-sized city. So I spent a summer living in Memphis.
Right.
And Memphis is a city, but it's not New York. Right. And it's not DC.
Of course.
And I feel like living in New York or DC is like getting places. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why big city folks and like rural folks have so many differences in like outlook on the world.
Right.
And it's like the environment that they're in like requires totally different skill sets.
Of course.
So and that's why college is interesting, because you meet people from both ends of the spectrum. Get some perspective.
Yeah, people from like all over the world. Like sure, mostly Alabama is like in the South or like the East Coast.
Yeah.
But it could be like Colorado or like Wisconsin or whatever.
Well, that's true, but also like even within the South, like I've met people that lived like really actually rural lives where there's no one around them for miles and miles and miles. And then I met people that are like from the city. Right. Not like, oh, are you from Dallas? Yeah, I'm from Dallas, and then they live like an hour away from Dallas. Yeah. That's how I am. But I know people that are like, yeah, I lived in an apartment like 3 blocks from the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta. Right. Right. And that's a totally different, like just how they're raised, totally different than.
No, definitely. It's like your people are around, like even like the food you eat, I feel. Like, what's something here like I haven't had? Like, I feel like, well, fumu and barbecue is like, I think it's only a Bama thing. But like, there are, like, what kind of foods? I'm trying to think. I know like bagels are like a big thing in like New Jersey or whatever, like New York. And it's like, they're so much better there. But I don't know. It's just like, maybe it's the way they're made. I have no idea. It's just the things to think about like that. Like for me, it's like I don't know, like chicken wings in Atlanta, or like just any like spicy food. Just crazy. Like for I remember like last year, for the longest time, I was like, I want Chinese food. They have no Chinese places, and I found like 3 places, I think, and it was like Swen on the Strip. Yeah. Mr. Chen's, I haven't been there. I don't even know where it is. And then the Thai Basil place on the Strip too. I only been to places on the Strip, and they're both pretty good.
Wait, what's the third one?
The Thai Basil place by like the Shell.
Oh, I haven't actually been there.
I went there the tornado day, like when the classes got like warning or whatever. Yeah. I got it to go, and it was pretty good. I got 2 sushi rolls. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay, I have to look into that.
Swen takes $9. So.
Yeah, well, I'm a Swen fiend. I love Swen. I went to Swen so often that I made friends with one of the workers. Really? And like she would invite me to parties and stuff.
That's so funny.
No, I was a regular at Swen. I would walk in and they would know my order.
That's awesome. I love that. What's your order?
I always get a Pepsi, and the beef with broccoli. I'm a big beef with broccoli guy.
It's like spicy beef or just like...
No, it's like it's tangy. It's in like a sauce.
Whoa. Damn.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. People always give me grief for saying sauce that way as well.
You say sauce like that?
Well, it's because like I don't consciously do it, but I had a roommate. My roommate Luke Anderson was from New York,
Right.
and I picked up sauce and dog and yesterday from him, and everything else I say like
Accent.
I guess to me is like a normal. I don't feel like I have a Texas accent,
Right.
But, like to me, it's like the normal voice. But then sometimes like a word like that will slip in there.
No, I know what you mean, because like I remember last year, like I had some friends who were from Chicago, and like I would say some words. Like at one point, that's my math teacher a question, and she was like, "Are you from Chicago?" And I was like, "Nope." I was like, I guess it said some words, I guess, like with the Chicago accent. So I don't know. It's just another kind of struggle.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Another college struggle.
Another common struggle.
Yeah.
It is crazy to think though that nobody listens to this.
Nah, I believe there's some old lady in Tuscaloosa that just like can't get a radio figured out. It's always on in her house. So
This is just playing at
she listens to indie music until 6 o'clock when we come on.
and then it's indie music again until next week.
So true.
It's so funny. Oh man, it's weird to think though, like how fast even the semester's just gone by. Like,
Yeah, it's gone, dude.
I mean, the banquet coming up for Iron Bowl, and then there's the break. I have like what 4 or 5 weeks of school left. What is it?
Yeah,
That's
nothing.
nuts.
We've got finals. Oh man, so all my classes are like, we had a midterm,
Right.
and then we have a final project, and then we have finals that are separate from our final project.
Yikes.
So I'm gonna have like 2 finals back to back, basically for every class.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they're not gonna be hard. I don't
No.
know. Yeah.
No.
It's just annoying. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. I think for me, I have like, I'm trying to think. I have finals like in every class, for the most part. Like all the, but I mean, they shouldn't be too bad because I mean, our finals aren't comprehensive. So, or I mean, what is the word? It's also what this starts with the C. It's is it comprehensive to come out?
Comprehensive is like when it's the whole class.
I thought it was. Oh, okay. I thought it was cumulative. That's what I'm thinking about.
They're the same.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. I had no idea.
But yeah, no, I've got one that's not like that. I've never had a non-cumulative final before, but that should be fun. Should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My schedule next semester is beautiful.
Really?
It's just gorgeous.
I have to register tomorrow. I forgot about that.
Oh, you still haven't registered?
Nope. I started doing mine at 10 a.m. So during accounting. I have to make I haven't even done my schedule builder yet. I have to do that tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see.
Definitely good luck. Try getting it to.
I mean, I'll be honest. The classes I'm taking I heard are like rough. So
Yeah.
I got Calc 1, and I got.
Do you have to take Cal 1?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I know. It's business calc, but it's still the same thing.
See, that's okay. Last year I took business calculus,
Right.
and I'll say this: I'm not a math guy.
Right.
Like,
At all?
I almost failed algebra 2 in high
Really?
school. Yeah, but I don't know if I should say this on air, but I stopped going to business calculus like 2 weeks in. I just did the homework, and I learned the concept by doing the homework, because the homework has like videos,
Right.
Like explain this problem,
Right.
and they have examples of like the problems at every level. So they have like a very basic example, and the last one will be a very complicated example. And there's like 10 questions every week.
Okay.
And I learned each concept by doing the homework, and the concepts like build on each other. And I learned the concept by doing the homework, and I would never go to class. And my class average in that class was 108.
Like on tests?
Like my grade in that class, my personal
wow.
grade on that was 108, because they gave 10% extra credit for the homework if you did it a day before it was due.
Oh, nice.
So if you didn't do it the night before, and you had access to the homework from like day 1.
Right.
So if you didn't do it the night before, you get 10% extra credit.
Mm-hmm.
So with the tests, I averaged on 108 in that class, but the class average was like a 60, because there are a lot of kids that, for whatever, just like don't bother with business calculus.
But for me though, I feel like after I'm picking accounting right now, obviously everybody knows that. And I feel like if you can get, I have a B- right now, and if I can do that,
You're gonna be fine, dude.
I'll be fine. I just gotta keep like the same work ethic for calc, and I feel like MIS I've heard is like hard as well, but it's like a weird kind of hard. It's like the tests aren't about like what you learn. It's tests like like, what is the motto of MIS or something like that? Like, those are big questions.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm like, interesting, okay. And then I'm trying to think. What else am I thinking? Oh, stats. I have heard that is difficult as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, stats and MIS I've heard are,
Fun.
yeah. Well, yeah, I haven't heard they're like nightmare classes, but they're like, just take them seriously.
Okay.
Basically.
I mean, it'll be fine. It's just, I did enough for this to get my finance classes, and should be fine. Should be chilling. And then, yeah.
My classes are interesting next semester. So I've got 3 that are easy.
Right.
For sure. I've got Quest Literature, which we read The Hobbit, and we have to write, every week we have to write a 2-page double-space paper on anything we want.
Nice.
But we have to come to class and read it out loud once a week. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And then so that's Quest Literature. And then I have Great Cases in U.S. Legal History, which is, I'm taking a class with the same professor right now, and it's like about the same size, and it's in the same concentration,
right.
And it's easy. Like, you just show up for lecture, do the project, you'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'm taking coaching football, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, no, I am too for you. I wish I could do that with you.
Yeah. Well, I'll share the homework problems with you.
Okay, sounds good.
No, I went online and I looked at the syllabus from last year for that class.
Right.
And then I started like looking at like people's homework problems that they posted, and there's like a worksheet that's like, if you have 2 minutes on the clock and it's 4th and 13, do you go for it?
That's awesome.
Like these are the kind of problems that I want to be solving.
These are the kind of college struggles we need.
Yeah, this is the college struggle. If it's 2nd and goal, and like what play are you calling? Like, see, but like I came to school like not knowing anything about football, and so right. I feel like I'm up to speed on like being an average fan.
Right.
Like I know enough to be like, that's a ridiculous call. The ref shouldn't have,
I agree. Yeah.
But like I feel like actually understanding the game would be pretty cool as well.
No, I remember watching. What game was that? It was A&M, and then some kid next to me, like he knew like every like call. He was like, say it, and he would like say like whatever play it was or whatever foul it was.
Yeah.
And the ref would say it, and he was like, "Yep, I called it." And I was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "I want to be that guy," but
yeah. But a lot of that comes with just like watching.
Right. Yeah. And I'm sure like people like that like also like watched it like if they're in high school or whatever.
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah, and like with their dad or something, And I don't know. It's just crazy to think. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then my 2, well, I wouldn't say they're hard classes, but they're capstone classes.
Right. Yeah.
So they're like one of them's for history and one of them's for blunt. My history class, I've got it's a research paper.
Right.
And the topic will be something related to the Cold War. Mm-hmm. Because that's who the professor who teaches it is an expert on the Cold War. So I have to, it's like over the course of the semester, I'm going to write like a serious research paper, which, I mean, it'll be interesting. I've already gotten published. Well, it hasn't been published yet, but I've been accepted to be published in our history research journal.
Oh, cool.
On campus. Yeah. So I've written a research paper before that at least somebody thinks is good. So I don't think it'll be like super difficult, but it'll be interesting like going through all the steps to do it. And then my other class for blunt, the class called Worldviews, and what we have to do is we have to do a lot of readings, and they're like essays on the readings. But then the point of the class is to do a final project that like somehow showcases worldviews.
Right.
And I haven't set this in stone. Like people have done all sorts of crazy things. Like they do surveys. Like I know one person that's making a cookbook. Right. Like a Southern cookbook, and they're asking people like, oh, if you have any family recipes, please share them. I've known people that have done like reports and presentations. I've known people that have done like science related stuff. So really it's like anything you want, but it has to be related to worldviews. And I was thinking freshman year I read a book that was just like in a library that looked interesting to me about nuclear war. And the point of the book was basically like yeah, nuclear war is bad. Like it's gonna be terrible when it happens.
Right.
But you also have to think about, like, if you do the math, it's gonna kill a lot of people, but it's not gonna kill everybody, right?
That's fair.
Like half the country is not living in a big city.
Right.
And so the question of like, okay, what do you do afterwards is like the point of the book is like
Of course.
figuring out like, okay, that was bad that happened, but now what?
Man, you're living in life.
Yeah, I guess like I have the time to just like read interesting books like that. But I think I'm gonna do my final project on like creating a plan for UA to be like, you know, if there's a nuclear war, I'm assuming they're not gonna nuke the capstone.
Right, yeah.
But like, what do we do? Like, what's the game plan?
What's the game plan if they aim for Saban?
Yeah, true. True. If they really wanted to take us out, they'd aim for him.
Yeah.
But,
Man, you gotta work on our offense. I cannot stop thinking about last night. That was just so bad.
well, we only had 2 players on our offense.
I know, even then, it's just like they wouldn't run the ball. They just... Oh,
Like,
so
we
bad.
could have just taken everybody else out and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Honestly.
Just Bryce and Jameer, single-handedly. No, I love them, but
No, it's just like... I remember people like making jokes like transferring, and I'm like... I don't know. I mean, like, about football, I don't know. It's not worth it. But like, it's just like, it's crazy to think like how...
we're spoiled.
We are spoiled. Like, we are. But... Like, I have never seen a day in my life where it's like, oh, like, I can't believe my biggest struggle was a football game
Yeah.
and a speeding ticket.
Yeah, no, well, maybe seating ticket for me, but
Yeah.
definitely not football game. I did not care about football.
Well,
at all.
I mean, I enjoy the game, of course, but
I wasn't like against it. I
Right,
just
of
like
course, yeah.
it wasn't
for me,
something-
it's not like gonna change my life.
Yeah.
It's just I love to watch it. And I love to be there. Like if you have
Yeah.
a ticket, I would love to come. Or like
Yeah.
if we have the game on, I'd love to watch it. You know, whatever. Eat some
So
popcorn, do whatever.
Well, here's the thing: if I go to some school like Cornell or Georgetown,
Right.
we're gonna lose every single game.
No, yeah. Like I remember at Vanderbilt. Like,
Yeah.
Their football team's a joke, and they know it.
Yeah,
Like they don't care. It's just so funny.
I'm gonna care. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna be their one fan.
They're one fan. And I remember at like Georgia Tech, like the stadium will like clear out by like the end of the first quarter.
That's terrible.
But like they're so bad. Like I don't think they've beaten one team this year, or maybe I think they beat like one team. I forgot what it was though. But like the Georgia Tech game on like every Thanksgiving weekend, it's always like 40-0, and it's so funny.
You know, Jameer Gibbs transferred from Georgia Tech.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
he was their star player.
Wow, not anymore.
Yeah,
It's crazy. That's just wild. Like I mean, I feel like also like our schools. Like football wise, and like even I feel like just like the feeling of like every stadium in SEC is like so similar, but like campus and like where to eat and like what to do, it's so different. Like at Auburn even,
Yeah.
like Toomer's corner and all that, like it's a whole different like feel.
yeah. I visited Auburn's campus last summer,
Yeah,
and they're Auburn, right? But it was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
it's very very different. It's
Yeah.
just- even though it's like I think it's smaller than our campus, isn't it? I think it's smaller. I don't know.
It's definitely smaller, and I don't know. I like our campus more. I think ours looks pretty.
I agree. I think ours is better, but
but
some people say Auburn's is prettier, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
And then even Athens is like so hilly. It's very hilly.
See, I haven't been to Athens. I've been to Knoxville.
I feel like out of all of the SEC, like Bama and UGA are very similar. Maybe it's just like maybe even like I feel like even the people are similar there. It's just like even like downtown Athens and downtown Tuscaloosa, similar vibe.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting. And then even similar people. Like it's just interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
and then of course they hate each other. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe I'll get into Harvard, and then I'll be there.
No, that'd be crazy.
Student
I
section
could see
leader.
it honestly. Like I've seen your LSATs. You're fine.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if like I don't know, like Cornell like did not accept you. I think you get in Cornell.
I hope
Aren't you? Isn't like Harvard like your reach?
Yeah, Harvard's my only reach.
And that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think you'd be fine.
We'll see.
I mean,
like,
all of those schools are amazing. Like I feel like worst case Duke or UNC, and you'd be fine.
yeah.
Those are great.
That'd be so sad if I went to Duke.
Why?
No, I'm joking.
I was like, why?
Yeah. A bummy school like Duke.
Bomby school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Duke Community College.
Duke Community College Law.
Nah, I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding. I still won't be as prestigious as you with a radio show and sailing club.
Right.
President, basically.
I'm not the president. I'm not the president. I'm just a social media officer.
Yeah.
Took so many pictures today. So many pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun.
Took like 300.
Where's the Instagram post from last time?
She said save those for the end of the year. So, I actually have to post tomorrow about the LSU meeting, our last meeting.
Yeah.
And then at the end of year recap, I'm thinking like pub this weekend after Ole Miss, or maybe before Ole Miss. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll put you on there, obviously.
Okay.
And like pictures we haven't seen yet, I'll put those on there, and then it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be good. And then I got a meeting with B-Real on Monday.
I saw that. That is insane.
Yeah, I got that. And I was like, I tried to check the email, and I was like, because the old secretary was Michael, and he just didn't check it. And I was like, Michael, we had like B-Real reach out to us. So I was like, okay, easy. It's from like late August. So I was like, I hope it's not too late. So I didn't email her back. By clicking the link and everything, I got a meeting set up for next Monday with her, I think. So
that's crazy.
I know, it's like 1:30. I don't know. My luck. Just my luck.
I want to be sponsored by B-Real.
No, like all we have, like she said she would like fund everything or like give us some money and stuff. All we have to do is use it. That's it.
I already use B-Real.
Exactly. I'm like, on my phone. I'm like, it's great. And like, that's the point. That's a good thing. It's like, that's amazing. And then
we should call her and ask her. We'll schedule a sailing club, and then we'll ask her to set off the B-Real during sailing club.
Well, it'd be so like, it'd be fun.
Could you imagine if we had that power?
Hey, I want on Sunday morning, 9:35 a.m.
if I could text my friends and be like, be doing something cool at 9:35 a.m. Trust me.
No, it is funny though. Sometimes people will go off and I'm asleep.
Yeah,
like I'm still asleep like the night.
I've been accused of being fake.
That's fair. Me too. I was being fake today. I took the B-Roll 10 minutes late in front of our campfire. So
yeah, I feel like if you take the B-Real when you see it, you're still being real.
Yeah.
But if you take the B-Real, if you see the B-Real and you don't take it immediately, then you're being fake.
I feel like if you see it and you're on your phone and you don't take it then, that's being fake. Or like if you see it like even like 2 hours later, like say after like a test or something, like, I missed the B-Real and you don't take it right there, that's being fake. So
you can usually tell when someone's being fake is if they take it like a couple hours later
and they're doing something cool.
Yeah, and they're doing something cool.
Yeah.
If they're doing just something normal, then
for me it's always like, oh, it goes off in my class. Like, should I take it? Is there something important going on? I'm like, oh, it's just like, he's talking about something I already know, and I'm like, all right, take a picture. So.
Very true. I do like the app though.
Oh,
I think it's a great
cool concept. I love it. I think it's very interesting how even like TikTok copied it.
Yeah.
I've never posted a single TikTok now or whatever it's called. Never ever. I don't even know how it works. It looks scary, but
yeah. It's very wholesome.
What, B-Roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. We're trying to find a band for the banquet.
Yeah. So I talked to Ian.
Right.
And Ian's like, whoa.
Yeah,
right.
That's all right. I mean, we have a couple ideas, and Lauren Heck knows a few people that they play at like frats and stuff during game days. So
I know. There's a couple guys who are in RUF who are in a band.
Okay.
It's called Parking on Caplewood. I'll probably see a couple of them tonight at swing dancing. I can ask.
Sure.
Be like, what are you guys going for?
Because I feel like the band I initially asked for, their starting was $1,000 for 4 hours, and I was like, there's no way we can do that. Yeah. So and then they keep talking to themselves like 800, and I'm like, no, that's still way too much. Like minimum, or maximum, I'm thinking 500. Okay. Maybe Okay. And like it's still pushing it because I feel like as even our treasurer, like even as a club we don't have that much. It's just like a couple hundred. Yeah. Or like a little over 1,000.
Well, are you charging people for the banquet?
We're doing $15 a ticket. Okay. So yeah.
So do the math on that. Like how many people you use?
Right, and it's gonna be I'm roughly thinking 20 people. So, that's a good. I think it's like a safe bet because there's people who have never been to a single outing and they're still in the group me whatever, or people who have been a couple and I'm like, all right, and there's in and outs so. Yeah.
No, I think there'll be 20. There's usually 20 people there to sail. Yeah. So.
Well, today there wasn't because the people coming back from Baton Rouge, Alexander wasn't, so he was driving back and.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You were. Yeah, as well too. So there were maybe 8 people today, but yeah, it's fine. I took a John boat. It was great. Yeah. So fun.
That's epic.
I love sailing, man. I'm so rich and retired and everything.
Exactly. Now you're gonna come home and your family's gonna be jealous.
Family's gonna be jealous. Oh man. We have been talking for 45 minutes. That is wild.
You're an interesting guy, Dev. What can I say?
Nah, it's all you, Nikolai. It's all you. It's all you. All these struggles in our life.
Yeah, so true.
I remember I talked about it in sailing. People were like, "What's your show about?" And I was like, "It's called College Struggles with Dev. We talk about struggles in college."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is wild though.
Did Will and Katie come out this morning?
Oh,
No.
I have no idea who they even are.
Oh. Yeah, they're my friends from Russian Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, just Ambrose and Lauren. Lauren's dog is what's his name? Ford. Yeah, Ford.
Mm.
He's teething right now.
Oh.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Guy's he's like a cranky baby.
When I was in Memphis, I saw some like huge dogs.
Really?
I want one. I think they're Great Danes.
A dog?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want a dog, but I feel like I would like take terrible care of it.
I think I've had a dog before, so I think I could take decent care of it.
Right.
The problem with a dog is it's a 15-year commitment.
Yeah.
Right. So, because I don't want to ever sell my dog. Right. And I'd like to raise it from a puppy if I could. So, yeah.
For me, it's like I hate like potty training it and like just training it in general is so tedious, and I get so easily annoyed because it's like, why don't you speak English? Like,
Yeah.
you know. But like, I feel like the difference in that and like a baby or something, it's like a baby will like
Grow up.
yeah, like puppies are just like, or even just dogs. They're just like, I don't know what English is, and I don't know what you're saying.
True.
And then it's like, oh, like this is food. I want that. And I'm like, oh, this is a noise. I'm gonna follow this.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, like today, like Ford like saw smoke, and he ran to it and put his face in the fire pit. And then I'm like, dude, you cannot do that.
Yeah.
So
true. I feel like babies are like that as well, though.
yeah, but like they can't run. That's the thing. And they can't bark. They just like scream.
Yeah.
They just like cry, and you put like a thing in their mouth and you're fine. They're like, oh, okay, like something. It's like either a finger or like a one of those things called like suckers, not suckers, like the pacifiers. And then or just I don't know, like baby food, just something.
Yeah.
Or like milk, I don't know, just something. And then they're like, fine, okay, cool. And it's or like, oh, my diaper needs to be changed. 10 minutes and you're done, and that's it. Dogs, it's like those are easy. For like babies, like one of those three things or whatever. Dogs just like bark, 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 and you're like, what? And I'm like, I don't get it. Like today, like he was like literally just like standing there, he would like look and then like freeze and then just barking at nothing. And I'm like, why?
Maybe there was a serial killer in the woods.
No, but it'd be like at like the middle of like the lake, or he'd like bark at like a pole. Like nothing, and they're like, why? It's just like, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like Lauren told me, like last night, apparently at like 3 a.m, he like vomited like a Pepsi like bottle cap, but no one drinks soda in their apartment. So she's like, where did this come from?
He found it.
No, I swear, I guess he must like taking a walk
life.
and he like ate it. But I don't know. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like for me, like that's like it's funny to think about, but in that moment, I would be so mad, like being waken up to like noises of like a dog vomiting, and it's just like you just see like a bottle cap like roll across the floor.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's so bad. All right, I think we could play a song and end our little show here.
Yeah.
I love. You know what? I'm gonna change the title of the show temporarily and call it the College Struggles with Deven and Nikolai.
I appreciate that, Devin.
You're a regular here. You know, I remember last year it was like a different person every week, and you'd never see those people again. Yeah. So now it's like you and like one of the girl who's regular. So I'm thinking maybe next week we'll have AG and her sister. I'm talking about like family, like living, like with families and stuff.
That'd be exciting. Yeah.
We thought about doing it tonight, but like AG had to had her birthday thing. That's no problem. So I mean, the show is always here.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'm always available. Of
course.
So, yeah.
Living the life.
And I'm on time. Very true.
That is true.
Exactly on time.
On the dot.
Yeah.
Walking right in. It's amazing. All right, let's see. Here is Texting and Driving. That's so funny. It's an ad. No, I'm not going to play that. Let's see. I'm going to play Worthy by Noella Charles. That says beautiful. It's been a great night with you guys. Have a great night. Be sexy. Stay sexy.
Stay sexy, everybody.
Just try to think. What else to kind of send this off? It's just been a rough week. I think we can all agree we're all tired and we're all burning out. You know.
Yeah.
Finals week is coming up finals is coming up at the end of a month or so. But I am so exhausted and I'm tired of doing accounting 24/7. And I'm waking up and being like, all right, time to take this quiz, or waking up and be like, all right, time to study again, or okay, time to go sail a boat and then study the next day or later tonight. So on top of that, so we'll see. All right, here is Worthy. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be here next Sunday, 6 to 7. Hopefully it'll be Adrian and little sister Emily. We'll see. All right, stay sexy. Love you all.
WVUA-FM, Tuscaloosa.